Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Thank you so much for joining us for this new episode. It's a new episode every week here at Coltrane Tuesdays. Thank you for joining me for your Coltrane Tuesdays on this, the 11th day of January in the year 2022, if we can believe that. I'm nervous. I am excited because I am doing this week a Stump the Band do-over of a pretty iconic song associated with several just amazing performances and amazing performers. And we will see how this goes. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks, of course, for hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the share button. If you think there are other folks that you know who might be online right now and who would be interested in joining us, because there's something we're all going to do together. In just a couple of moments, in just a couple of minutes, thank you, Beth, for letting me know that the sound is working. In just a few minutes, we are going to be doing the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. And the way the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game works is like this. People who are live online with us right now are going to give me song suggestions, and I'm going to have to play those songs regardless of whether I know them. So if someone requests a song that I know, I probably won't have played it in a while, but I will go ahead and play it to the best of my abilities, and that'll be great. Well, maybe it won't be great, but it'll be right. If the song that's requested is one that I kind of sort of know, like I've heard it a whole bunch of times, or I've seen other people play it, or I used to know how to play it 30 years ago, I will then attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of everyone. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and now is a great time to get in your requests before we get to that part of the show. Before then, I'm going to talk a little bit about some other cool things that are happening in the area, or musically, or with people that I'm aware of, and wonderful folks who are doing cool things. And we're going to get started today with a Stump the Band do-over. So thank you, Beth, for appreciating this is my neoclassical architecture tie, and I like it very much. Yes, so on the Coltrane Tuesday show one of the Coltrane Tuesday show episodes in July of 2021, the request came in for "I Will Always Love You." Judging from the thumbnail that I put in this, you probably had already figured that out. That was the song that I'm going to be attempting today. There are really, indeed, yes, Beth, there are so many choices, things that we could do. So "I Will Always Love You." It is in fact a Dolly Parton song, and I looked up a little bit of the history to make sure I had it. The original recording of "I Will Always Love You," Dolly Parton wrote it and recorded it in 1973. It was on her Jolene album, and she later said in an interview that she in fact wrote Jolene, the song Jolene, and the song "I Will Always Love You" on the same day. That's an intense day. Pretty cool. And of course, the version of "I Will Always Love You" that many people know is Whitney Houston's version from 1992, I believe. I forgot to write that down on my notes here. From the Bodyguard soundtrack. So, so we're playing "I Will Always Love You," the Dolly Parton song, by way of Whitney Houston. I'll talk a little bit more about another... All right. We have a request. We have a request for coming... Speaking of iconic performances with iconic singers, we are going to see how this goes in just a little bit with a Celine Dion song that's coming in from Alyssa's request. All right. So, but first, Dolly Parton's "I Will Always Love You" by way of Whitney Houston. And we are going to see if I picked a reasonable key for me to perform this in. We're also going to see if I remember my breathing techniques so that so this goes all right. All right. If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I will think of you every step of the way, and I'll always love you. I'll always love you. Darling, bittersweet memories, that is all I am taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know that I'm not what you need, and I'll always love you. I'll always love you. I hope life treats you kind. I hope you have everything you've dreamed of. And I wish you joy and happiness, but above all, I wish you love. And could have used a little rehearsal, but hey, not terrible. I think we got through it all right. So thanks very much to, I believe it was someone named Dana who had made that request that I pulled out of the emergency backup request bag in July of 2021. So there you go. So like I say, Dolly Parton wrote the song in 1973. and I was doing some research about how this came together. It turns out it was a farewell to her partner and mentor Porter Wagoner, who was nailed the ending. Thank you, Beth. I wasn't sure about the key change, but and in fact, there were spots in there where I lost track of what the chords were after the key change. But I think we managed to get through to the ending okay. So yeah, so Dolly Parton recorded it in 19. She recorded it in 1973 initially on the Jolene album. She re-recorded it in 1982 and again in 1995. One of her signature tunes, but of course became even more associated with Whitney Houston. I think the story was that Kevin Costner actually suggested the song to her, and she was listening to another version of it when Dolly Parton learned that they were considering using it for the movie. Dolly Parton reached out and said, "Oh, hey, there's a third verse that you haven't heard on the version that you're using as a reference. Here, the third verse is really cool and really helps complete the song. Go, please check this out." And the two of them, despite efforts in some parts of the media to try to pit them against each other, were really very supportive of each other, and Dolly was like, "Oh, she did a wonderful job with my song," and Whitney was like, "Oh, she wrote this amazing song that became such an important thing for me," and lots and lots of wonderful things like that. It did, of course, become hugely popular. Whitney Houston's recording from the Bodyguard soundtrack became one of the best-selling singles. One of the best-selling singles of all time for many years was the best-selling single of all time, I believe. Oh, no, excuse me, was the best-selling single by a woman. I don't know if that's still true, but it was true in about 2013. The Bodyguard soundtrack went on to win a Grammy, and for many years was the best-selling soundtrack album of all time. That might even still be true. The version of the song that I also then connected with, Chris Cornell, tremendous Chris Cornell, of course, from Audioslave and Soundgarden, as well as all of his solo work. Shortly after Whitney Houston died, so Whitney Houston died on February 11th in 2012, and then just a couple days later, on February 16th in 2012, Chris Cornell got on stage and did an acoustic solo version of "I Will Always Love You," and it's really good. I will link to that in the description. And the key that I played it in is not the original key of the song. It's not the key that Chris Cornell played it in, not surprisingly. But it turns out the chord voicings, basing it around it's capoed in the various different versions, but playing the chord shape, so it starts with a C chord shape. I'm like, yes, that's really good. And it happens to be the chord shapes that I stumbled across when I was attempting to perform this song back in July. As it happens, when I was attempting to perform it back in July, I had no idea what the verses were. So like the chorus sounded kind of sort of like it was supposed to, but there were I came up with something else entirely different for the verses. So I will link to all of those things in the description. Thanks very much to Dana for her request, and thanks to all of you for watching me attempt to do it a little bit more justice. I said the other week on the show that the way I figure out how much time I'm going to spend preparing the song I'm going to lead off with on the show. So I figure basically the number of hours I will need to be able to perform the song pretty well. Divide that in half and then round down to the nearest hour. That's the amount of time I actually spend rehearsing, which without fail is basically what ends up happening pretty much every week. So could have used a little bit more polish, but I still think it came out all right. Let me know what you think. In just a moment, we will be doing the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and we do, in fact, already have a request from Alyssa. I'm grateful for that. Before I get to that request, I want to mention one other cool thing that is happening, a cool thing that's out there right now. I've had an opportunity to know a tremendous performer named Matteo Rosagna. Matteo had been... So it had been a lot of things. They were Bronze for Birdie was what they did. It sort of was their performance name, sort of like I Am Not for Coltrane. And then Bronze for Birdie became an actual band, and then COVID, and then the band broke up. And so then what were they going to do at that point? So now Matteo Rosagna has a new project called Meepy EP, which is very cool. They describe Meepy EP as a musical, video making, crafting, writing, and digital art project. And yeah, that's a lot, and that's pretty cool. Meepy EP has a new album out. It's a 9-song album called Emergency. It includes a few collaborations with other local folks. It is available on your streaming platforms. I was listening to it on Spotify. If you search for Meepy EP, you probably will find it. Meepy EP is also on the Facebook and the Instagram and cool things like that. I had done a song of theirs for the local covers series. The song, I believe, has changed titles, but the song is currently called Geographical Cure. Geographical Cure is one of the songs that is available on the Emergency album, so go check that out. And I'll try to put a link in the description to my interpretation of that song from back when I described it as a Bronze for Birdie song, and now it's a Meepy EP song. And yay, identity! It can all be real confusing. There's an earnestness and a vulnerability in what they do, which is really very, very cool. And there's a level of, it's sort of a lo-fi stripped down sound, and is very much in line with what you'd think of with the DIY music. How the heck you spell Meepy EP? Meepy, M-E-E-P-I-E, EP, E-E-P-I-E. Meepy EP. Pretty much like you would expect, with the I-E's and the double E's at the front of the words. So yeah, very much a sort of DIY music aesthetic. There's a lot of vulnerability and a lot of heart in these performances. It's a sort of thing that if they went into a studio and did something more polished, it would almost not be them. So I don't know. It's really interesting, and I'm constantly fascinated by what they're doing. So check out Matteo Rosagna, Meepy EP, M-E-E-P-I-E, M-E-E-P-I-E, E-E-P-I-E, Meepy EP, and yeah, and say that a bunch of times fast because it's fun. So now we get to Alyssa's request. Alyssa's request was "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" by Celine Dion. Let's see, how much of this song do I remember? So when we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, for anyone who might have missed the top of the show, the way it works, people give me song suggestions. Potentially, people give me song suggestions live here in the moment, like Alyssa just did, and then I have to respond to those requests whether or not I know the song. If the song is one that I kind of sort of know, so it's one that I definitely do know. Like I have played it before. I have documentary evidence that I've played this song before. I will go ahead and play it again. If the song is one that I kind of sort of know, like I've heard it before, but I never have attempted to play it, I will attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of everyone. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested. Today's song, It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion, definitely falls into the second category of ones that I kind of sort of know, which is, to be honest, the most challenging category, because making up something from whole cloth just based on what turns out to be a prompt of what the title is going to be is easier than trying to figure out. I've got these snippets, these little bits of the song floating in my head, but they're disjointed and disconnected, and I don't know the key, and I don't really know anything about them. But then I've got to figure out the rest of the song to kind of piece together with that. Let's see. The bits I remember are like, it's all coming back to me now. Something, 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 but it's all coming back to me now. Alyssa, you are also within your rights to make any suggestions you want. If there's a particular instrumentation that you'd like me to add, we can see how that goes. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Coming back, but it's all coming back to me now. I think it goes up like that at the end of the chorus. All coming back, all coming back to me now. But it's all coming back. That will probably suffice for the chorus. So the chorus will be, I just need to come up with some lines from the middle. All coming back to me now. But it's all coming back to me now. Let's see. Certainly, it'll be fun. You do the, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the parts I remember and make up the rest. So I need to come with some lyrics for the rest of the chorus. Coming back to me now. Oh yes, and I should also say the lyrical restriction I usually apply to myself is that I try not to make up lyrics about how I don't know what the lyrics are, because then it'll be essentially the same song every week. So I'm going to let's see. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, but something like, it is all gone away, but it's all coming back. It's all coming back, all coming back to me now. It is all gone away, it's all coming back to me now. So yeah, so the chorus will be, it's all coming back to me now. It is all gone away, but it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. It is all gone away. It's all coming back to me now. All right, so now I need verses. Let's see. Now the irony, since I say I don't do songs about not knowing the words, this is one where the subject, the lyrics would make sense if they were about forgetting the lyrics. You know what? I think this is skirting the edge of the rule that I have for myself. But I think I'm going to write about the experience of barely remembering the lyrics or barely remembering the chords of something, because that is, as a performer, that is one of the really cool things when you're in the middle of a song and you think ahead just a little bit, like, I have no idea what the next line is, but maybe if I just keep playing, it'll happen. And sometimes it does. And that is really cool when that happens. You're like, I didn't know what those words were, but then suddenly they tumbled out of my mouth at exactly the correct time. So that's what happened. So let's see. Thank you, Beth. I'm glad that you will allow it. All right. I think. Wait a minute. If I'm gonna do this key. Yeah, the challenge is, since I'm doing this in the same key that I just did I Will Always Love You, is to not make it sound exactly the same. So that'll be a sort of a pre-chorusy bit. All right, so then I'd need a progression for the verse. It makes Let it fly. I ain't got wings. No, I'm not doing that song. I'm gonna do something slightly different. All right. For science and comedy. All right. So, so the premise is the narrator of the song is performing somewhere. They're up in a bar, and it's dark and it's late, and there are a couple people watching, and they start into the song, and then they realize they don't know how it ends. So the first line of the song would be okay, all right. Crowded room, smoky bar, this guitar and me. The lights are dim, noisy room, I can barely see, but I play on. I start this song. Can I remember how it goes when I get to the next verse? Anybody knows? Lyrics have all gone away. Maybe they'll return if just play? Will these words float through the air? When I get to the bridge, will I find these words just waiting there? Will I go on my way? When I find, when I play, will they be just where I need, waiting for me, waiting for me? I don't know if anyone cares. I don't know if they're listening. The words, they might be right there. All coming back, all coming back to me now. They're all gone away, but they're all coming back. It's all coming back, all coming back to me now. They're all gone away, it's all coming back to me now. If I keep on singing these words, if I get lucky, they won't sound too absurd. It's all coming back, all coming back to me now. It had all gone away, but it's all coming back. It's all coming back, all coming back to me now. It had all gone away, but it's all coming back to me now. That is not Celine Dion's song, but it is a song. It is a song called "It Is All Coming Back to Me Now," inspired by the title and little bits of the melody from Celine Dion. So thank you very, very much to Alyssa for watching and for putting that song request in. I feel okay about how that went. And thanks also to Beth for granting permission for me to skirt the rules for writing a song about not knowing lyrics, because technically the song was not about not knowing the lyrics of the song that I was singing, which usually is the restriction. It was a song about a performer not knowing the lyrics of the song that they were singing. So we skirt right up to the guideline on that. All right, way to shake it off. Yes. Oh yes. That's thanks very much. All right, little vibrato never hurts there at the end. So thanks very much to Alyssa for that request. Thanks very much to Beth for watching and commenting. Thanks very much to Matteo Rosagno of Meepy EP for doing really cool things and letting me know about the cool things that they are doing. Definitely check out Meepy EP wherever you like to stream and download your music, and they are also frequently posting things. If you're friends with Matteo Rosagna on Facebook, you may see that they are making, I think they just put out a request for people to submit their own home videos of various things, which can then get incorporated into one of the collaborative video collage projects that they do. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because they're always doing really, really cool things. And thanks also to Dana for Dana's original request for I Will Always Love You. Hey, that's the song we started with. I Will Always Love You. I will post links in the description afterwards if you haven't heard the Chris Cornell performance and those sorts of things and little bits to learn more about the song. Thanks to everyone who's been checking out the show, everyone who's been watching. Thanks so much also to everyone who hits that like button. As we've gotten some people who, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're interested, hit that little bell button. There's a bell icon that will give you a notification whenever I am going online. And I'm not going to blow up your phone with a bunch of alerts. It's just going to be Tuesdays at 12:30 in the afternoon when we're right here to play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game for your Coltrane Tuesdays game. I'm always grateful for anyone who is able to indicate in any fashion to our algorithmic overlords that you want to see more of this content. I'm always grateful for that. I am going to go lie down. My name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you right here in this very space next time.